Could this be the best $50 auto darkening welding hood on the market today? Let's find out in a quick look from Light a Fire Studio.
Uh-oh, we've all been here before, with endless pages and pages of welding hoods to choose from. How do you know which one's right for you? How do you know which one to choose?
Welcome back to the barn. We've had a lot of tools come to the studio over the years, but when it comes to welding hoods, we've settled on 3 factors to decide if a helmet is right for us.
Number 1, construction. How well is it made? Number 2, fit and function. Is it comfortable? Does all the headgear work? And most importantly, number 3, how does it perform? Is it safe? And does it work well? We know what you really want to see, so let's dive right in with number 3, the most important point. Bam, it kicks right on. And look at that gorgeous blue light. I've seen through a lot of different hoods, and this has great clarity. Now keep in mind, our camera is not able to pick up on the puddle or the end of the tungsten, but I guarantee you if your head was under that hood and you were seeing what we were seeing, you'd be very impressed. This was the first weld we did with the hood, just to test it out and make sure it actually worked, so nobody got flashed. And it performed perfect. Okay, we're gonna run some flux core now. This is 030 wire on an 1/8 inch T-joint. I think we were running 75 amps. And look, the helmet kicks right on. You can see the filler wire, puddle, everything in that beautiful blue light. All right, we're gonna turn this down and speed it up a little bit while Freddy's frying this bacon. And we just want to clear the air. Our captain is not paying us to make this review. All these opinions are of our own. They did send us the helmet to test, and we are incredibly grateful because it's an awesome product, and we're very glad to have had the chance to use it.
Guacamole toast.
There you go.
Focus in on that guy. There you go. That was a solid run. It looked good.
Looked good on our end too, Freddy boy. Okay, we're running 70-18, 3/32 rod. Helmet kicks right on. First strike, boom, it's up, it's running, it's crisp, it's clear, it's a clean view. It's a clear view. Clear Max. It was a good choice of name. This is a pretty deep fillet, so you're gonna see me going back and forth, in and out, just trying to fill it as much as possible. I mean, this is pretty much what you're seeing under the hood with the naked eye, so I don't know how much more welding you need to see. Let's speed it up. We'll bring it back down here at the end so you can see us end the weld. I hope this has cleared it up for you, and I hope this is an option you might consider, because we're very impressed. Let's do the other side of it and go look at construction and function. And then we'll wrap this up. I forgot to mention we're running 95 amps here. Construction? I'll say, it's heavy duty, but lightweight. The headgear is sturdy and comfortable. Our captain says it's made from nylon, a high impact resistant polyamide. Polyamide? Look it up. We really like the finish. It's a nice matte. It seems like the glossier competitors, when they get scratched or damaged, they certainly show it. There are 2 dials, one on each side, right and left. The dials themselves are sturdy and they work well, but they kind of wiggle in their housing. It's something to be aware of. But it could also be a benefit if you ever had to replace them. It means they actually come out. On the right side is basically an on-off switch toggle that goes from grind to weld. It's a smaller switch and there's not much wiggle room there. It could maybe pose a problem down the road, but it seems pretty stout. Now this brings us to the overall functionality. It's got a nearly 4-inch by 2-inch viewing window. It's comparable to lower priced Lincoln helmets, which we also use in the shop, and pretty much any pancake hood. It's got 4 infrared sensors on it, and that's to pick up on the arc. And as we've already demonstrated, they work very well. This is a fully solar charging helmet. It's got a pretty decent solar panel on the front, and the whole viewing screen in general is, it's quality. It looks like it could be easily replaced. If you go to Arc Captain's website, you don't see spare parts. It does say that they'll send you spare parts, and our experience with them so far is they've been very responsive, which we really appreciate. The dial on the left is your shade setting. It goes from 9 at the lowest to 13 at the highest. And honestly, in our experiments, we didn't really have to go above an 11. Granted, we hovered in the 100 amp range for our highest settings so far, but it functioned well both low and high. There is no plasma function on this. For a $50 helmet, we honestly didn't expect that. You could probably turn it down to a shade 9, which is its lowest setting, and it would work just fine. Back to the right side of the helmet. There again is the on-off switch, the grind to weld function. And the big dial there is a sensitivity setting. A lot of helmets have this nowadays, and it's a nice feature. In the manual, it says anytime you're welding, you should be set to high. And I suppose if you set it to low, you're saving battery power. Sometimes if I'm welding outside, I'll test my helmet by taking a quick glance towards the sun, and most of my helmets kick on. The ClearMax doesn't, so I don't know what technology they're using that's not a thing. Don't expect to go out doing any solar eclipse parties with this guy. Let's take a closer look at the headgear. It's got a lot of features going on. Some high-end helmets don't even have. A lot of it's pretty standard nowadays, but I gotta say, it's really nice. There's a lot of things here that'll allow you to fine-tune it. Let's look at the screen on the inside. It's actually really quality. If you look up to the left corner, there's a delay time, and this is the only function that you can adjust on the inside. And I actually prefer to adjust my helmet from the outside. A lot of the more expensive ones, everything's right here, right on the screen. Sorry, but that doesn't interest me. I want to be able to dial it in right where I'm working without taking the hood off. This honestly does remind me of a Lincoln screen. And I wouldn't be surprised that if you ever had to swap out screens and you couldn't get one from Arc Captain, I bet you could find one that would fit right in. If you look to the left and to the right, those are where the dial sensors are. And I guess this is my one criticism, because each dial requires its own battery. And if either battery goes out and you don't have a replacement, you're going to either be getting on Amazon to find a new one or going to the battery store. Is that a thing? Battery stores? Man, I've been in the mountains too long.
Would you happen to know what month of the year it is?
Here's a couple quick shots of the manual, and it's full color, and it's impressive. The one they sent us was fully in English, and there's a lot of information in here. Some helmets don't even come with men. These are detailed diagrams, and honestly, it tells you what parts you might need. And like I said, I don't know if you'll be able to get them from Arc Captain, but you'll at least know what you're looking for. We know you couldn't resist one last welding shot, so here it is. In a real-world application, it's 19 degrees out there right now, and neither of them hesitated. Alongside the Arc Captain MiG-130, review coming soon. We can't wait to show you what they can do.
Hey, thanks for watching. Last time I checked, this helmet was selling on Arc Captain's Amazon site for $30. There's no way that can last. So if you want one, get over there and get it. We really appreciate your time. Give us a like, a subscribe, or a comment. It helps move the channel forward. Take care.